Okay, good day everyone. Welcome back to Ma'am Jenna's Statistics and Probability subject. So today we're going to discuss two topics and here are the objectives. First, illustrate the mean and variance of a discrete random variable. Second, calculate the mean and the variance of a discrete random variable. Third, interpret the mean and the variance of a discrete random variable. And last, solve problems involving mean and variance of probability distributions. For our first topic, we have the mean of the discrete random variable. So before we proceed, let me first introduce to you the symbols that we are going to use for these two topics. So these are Greek letters. The first one is the capital letter sigma for summation. It means to get the sum. Okay, the second one is the mu or the Greek letter M for the mean of the population. These Greek letters represent the population. Mu for the mean of the population and small letter sigma for the standard deviation of the population. So, the mean of a discrete random variable. The mean or mu of a discrete random variable is the central value or average of its corresponding probability mass function. It is also called as the expected value. So, when we say mean, pwede rin siyang tawaging central value, yung nasa gitna, or average, or expected value. So, it is computed using the formula mu equals the sum of x times p of x, where x is the outcome and p of x is the probability of the outcome. Examples. Number 1. Determine the mean or expected value of random variable below. So, below is the probability distribution table that we are going to use to determine the mean or the expected value. For our solution, since we want to determine the mean, we will use this formula. Mu is for the mean. So, mean is equal to the sum of x times p of x equals the sum of, so we will multiply yung x lang at saka yung p of x. So, kukunin natin yung sum nila. So, we will use the addition sign. So, we have 0 times 1 over 5 plus 1 times 1 over 5 plus 2 times 1 over 5 plus 3 times 1 over 5 plus 4 times 1 over 5. So, let us simplify. This is equal to the sum of 0 times 1 over 5, syempre is 0, plus 1 times 1 over 5 is 1/5, plus 2 times 1 over 5 is 2/5, plus 3 times 1 over 5 is 3/5, plus 4 times 1 over 5 is 4/5. Since these fractions are similar fractions, we will just copy the denominator and then add the numerator. So, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. So, the sum is 10 over 5 or 2. Therefore, mean is 2 for the above random variable. Second example. Find the mean of the random variable y representing the number of red-colored chocolates per 160-gram pack of colored chocolate packages that has the following probability distribution. Again, this represents the random variable y and then the p of y. Ito yung ating probability distribution table. Again, we want to find the mean. So, same solution. We will use the formula in finding the mean. We have mu equals the sum of x times p of x. So in this case, this is y times p of y. Okay? So, we have sum of 4 times 0.10 plus 5 times 0.37 plus 6 times 0.33 plus 7 times 0.20 equals the sum of 4 times 0.10 is 0.40 plus 5 times 0.37 is 1.85 plus 6 times 0.33 is 1.98 plus 7 times 0.20 is 1.40 for a sum or a total of 5.63. So, the mean of the probability distribution is 5.63. This implies that the average number of red chocolates per 160 gram is 5.63 or approximately 6 red chocolates ang nasa isang 160 gram pack ng assorted chocolates or colored chocolates. Example number 3. The probabilities that a customer will buy 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 items in a grocery store are 3/10, 1/10, 1/10, 2/10, and 3/10 respectively. What is the average number of items that a customer will buy? So, average daw. So, therefore, again, we want to find the mean. For our solution, here is our probability distribution table. We have the values for x, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And for our p of x, we have 3/10, 1/10, 1/10, 2/10, and 3/10. So, solve for the average or the mean. We have mu equals the sum of x times p of x. So, equals the sum of 1 times 3/10 plus 2 times 1/10 plus 3 times 1/10 plus 4 times 2/10 plus 5 times 3/10 equals the sum of 1 times 3/10 is 3/10 plus 2 times 1/10 is 2/10 plus 3 times 1/10 is 3/10 plus 4 times 2/10 is 8/10 plus 5 times 3/10 is 15/10. Again, these fractions are similar fractions, so you will just copy the denominator and add the numerator. So, 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 8 plus 15 is 31 over 10 or 3.1. The average is 3.1 or the mean is 3.1. So, the mean of the probability distribution is 3.1. This implies that the average number of items that the customer will buy is 3.1 or approximately 3 items. So, we're done with topic 1. Let us proceed with topic 2, which is the variance and standard deviation of the discrete random. So, the variance and standard deviation describe the amount of spread, dispersion, or variability of the items in a distribution. How can we describe the spread or dispersion in a probability distribution? So, in this lesson, you will learn how to compute the variance and standard deviation of a discrete probability distribution. So, this time, hindi lang mean ang i-compute natin, but pati yung variance and standard deviation. So, variance and standard deviation of a random variable. The variance and standard deviation are two values that describe how scattered or spread out the scores are from the mean value of the random variable. Ito daw variance and standard deviation, ito yung dalawang values na nagde-describe how scattered or spread out yung mga scores mula sa gitna or mula dun sa mean value. So, the variance denoted as sigma squared is determined using the formula sigma squared equals the sum of quantity x minus mu squared times p of x. While the standard deviation or sigma is the square root of the variance. Thus, sigma equals the square root of the sum of quantity x minus mu squared times p of x. So, sa pagkuha ng standard deviation ay madali na lang ito once na nakuha na natin yung value ng ating variance. Kukunin na lang natin yung square root ng variance. Tapos, yun na yung ating standard deviation. So, sigma squared is for the variance, mu is for the mean, sigma is for the standard deviation, and p of x is for the probability of the outcome. There are 5 steps in finding the variance and standard deviation. First step, find the mean of the probability distribution. Second step, subtract the mean from each value of the random variable x. Third step, square the result obtained in step 2. Fourth step, multiply the results obtained in step 3 by the corresponding probability. And step 5, get the sum of the results obtained in step 4. Results obtained is the value of the variance of probability distribution. Examples. Number 1. The number of cars sold per day at a local car dealership along with its corresponding probabilities is shown in the succeeding table. Ito po yon. Compute the variance and the standard deviation of the probability distribution by following the given steps. Write your answer in your answer sheet. So, in this case, I will show you the complete solution. So, ito po yung ating values ng x at ito yung ating p of x. So, kung manonotice nyo yung ating p of x ay in the form of percentage. So, naka-percent siya. So, kailangan natin muna silang i-change into decimal bago tayo mag-compute. So, kung maaalala nyo dun sa ating previous lesson, itinuro doon kung papaano convert ng percent to decimal. So, mag-move lang tayo from the decimal point, kung 10%. So, nandito sa last digit yung decimal point, move lang tayo ng 2 decimal places to the left. So, yung 10%, ang equivalent niyan sa decimal is 0.1 or 0.10. Ganun din doon sa iba pang percentage. Move lang ng 2 decimal point to the left. Okay, for our solution, so, gumawa ko ng, ito na yung ating, pinagsama-sama ko na yung mga kailangan nating isolve, no? So, meron akong 6 columns dito, kung saan nandun yung mga values na kailangan nating i-compute. And, andito din yung mga formulas na gagamitin natin. Since ang hinahanap natin ay variance and standard deviation, ito yung formula ng ating variance at ito naman yung sa standard deviation. Eh, ma'am, bakit nandyan yung formula in finding the mean? Okay. So, kasama nating i-compute yung ating mean. Bakit? Kasi makikita natin yung mean dito sa formula ng ating variance. So, kung hindi natin i-compute yung mean, hindi rin natin makukuha yung value ng variance. Kaya, kailangan muna nating i-compute yung mean bago natin makompute yung value ng ating variance. Okay? So, kunin muna natin ano yung mga given values ng x at saka p of x. So, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. For our p of x, ito ay na-convert na from percent to decimal. Ito yung 10%. In decimal, siya ay 0.1. 20%, 0.2. 30%, 0.3. 20%, 0.2. And 20%, 0.2. So, itong dalawa na to ay given doon sa problem sa example number 1. And then, yung next column natin, we have x times p of x. Bakit x times p of x? Kasi nga, we want to compute first for the mean. Eh, hindi ba sa formula niya, nandyan yung x times p of x. Kaya, yun yung uunahin natin. Since meron na tayong value ng x at saka p of x, you may use your own calculator to multiply, to solve. Okay? So, let us compute. So, 0 times 0.1, syempre, it's 0. 1 times 0.2 is 0.2. 2 times 0.3 is 0.6. 3 times 0.2 is 0.6. And 4 times 0.2 is 0.8. Since we have to get the sum, kasi nasa formula yan, summation. Get the sum of the product, no? Kunin natin yung sum ng lahat na to. And the sum is 2.2. So, meron na tayong value ng mean or mu, which is 2.2. Okay, sa fourth column, we have x minus mu. Bakit yan yung next? Kasi ito na tayo sa variance. Ito na yung gagamitin. Ito na yung kukunin natin, yung nasa loob ng parentheses. So, it's x minus mu. May value naman tayo ng x. Ito yan, di ba? May value na rin tayo ng mu. Ito yon, yung 2.2. So, all we need is to subtract. So, we have 0 minus 2.2. Siyempre, it's negative 2.2. 1 minus 2.2 is negative 1.2. 2 minus 2.2 is negative 0.2. 3 minus 2.2 is 0.8. 4 times 2.2 is 1.8. Okay? Fifth column, we have quantity x minus mu squared. Ito na, kasama na yung squared. Okay? Nakuha na natin yung value ng x minus mu. Ito na yon. I-squared na lang natin. Okay? Again, use your calculator. So, negative 2.2 squared is positive 4.84. So, hindi ba pag nag-square tayo ng parehong negative, magiging positive. Negative 2.2 times negative 2.2 is positive 4.84. Negative 1.2 squared is 1.44. Negative 0.2 squared is 0.04. 0.8 squared is 0.64. 1.8 squared is 3.24. And then, the last column, eto na yung kabuuan niya. Quantity x minus mu squared, di ba ito na yon, times p of x. Ang p of x natin ay ito. Okay? So, we have, i-multiply lang natin silang dalawa. 4.84 times 0.1 is 0.484. 1.44 times 0.2 is 0.288. 0.04 times 0.3 is 0.012. 0.64 times 0.2 is 0.128. 3.24 times 0.2 is 0.648. So, nakuha na natin ito lahat. Ang kulang na lang ay yung sum. Okay? Since may summation ulit dyan, kukunin natin yung sum nila or i-add natin silang lahat para makuha na natin yung value ng ating variance. So, kapag in-add nyo yan, ang makuha natin is 1.56. So, eto na yung value ng ating variance. Okay? O, ito na yung summary natin. Ang kulang na lang natin ay yung standard deviation. For our mean, ito yung nakuha natin. We have 2.2. For our variance, ayan yung nakuha natin, 1.56. And to get the standard deviation, kukunin lang natin yung square root ng ating variance, which is 1.56. So, the square root of 1.56 is 1.25. So, ayan. Meron na tayong value ng variance and standard deviation. Next example. When 3 coins are tossed once, the probability distribution for the random variable x representing the number of heads that occur is given below. Compute the variance and standard deviation of the probability distribution. So, again, we will compute for the variance and standard deviation. So, ito yung given probability distribution table. Okay, for our solution, same pa rin yung laman ng ating table. 6 columns pa rin. Same pa rin yung ating tatlong formula na gagamitin. So, ano-ano na yung values ng x natin? We have 0, 1, 2, and 3. Ang ating p of x 1/8, 3/8, 3/8, and 1/8. Ito yung dalawa na to, yun yung nasa given dun sa problem. And then, multiply x times p of x. 0 times 1/8 is 0. 1 times 3/8 is 3/8. 2 times 3/8 is 6/8. 3 times 1/8 is 3/8. For a total of 12/8 or 1/5. Ito na yung kinuha natin yung sum or summation na to. So, meron na tayong value ng mu, which is 1.5. Okay, next column, we have x minus mu. 0 minus 1.5 is negative 1.5. 1 minus 1.5 is negative 0.5. 2 minus 1.5 is 0.5. And 3 minus 1.5 is 1.5. And then, next column, yung nakuha natin dito, i-squared lang natin. So, negative 1.5 squared is positive 2.25. Negative 0.5 squared is 0.25. 0.5 squared is 0.25. 1.5 squared is 2.25. And then, yung nakuha natin dito, imumultiply lang natin sa p of x. So, using your calculator, 2.25 times 1/8 is 0.28. Pwede nyong i-reduce yung inyong answer hanggang 2 decimal place lang, ano? And then, 0.25 times 3/8 is 0.09. 0.25 times 3/8 again is 0.09. 2.25 times 1/8 is 0.28. Again, ito na yung formula ng ating variance. Kailangan na lang kunin yung sum or the summation. So, ang ating variance is 0.74. So, again, ang mu natin is 1.5. Ang variance natin is 0.74. Again, to get the standard deviation, kailangan lang natin kunin ang square root ng ating variance. So, the square root of 0.74 is 0.86. Okay? Sana ay naintindihan nyo ang lesson natin, ang dalawang topics na diniscuss ko for this video. And again, credits dun sa development team ng module na kinuhanan ko nito. Kung meron kayong questions, ay pwede nyo again akong i-PM or mag-comment kayo sa video lesson na ito. I'll end my video lesson with a quote. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. So, in our subject, kapag nagkamali tayo, huwag tayong magagalit or huwag tayong panghihinaan ng loob. Because mistakes are proof that you are trying. Okay? So, I'll see you again on my next video lesson. Thank you.